Many intelligent students fail judiciary mains for one simple reason. They fall in love with one question. Judiciary mains is not a test of knowledge. It is a test of balance, restraint, and judicial maturity. And most aspirants fail not because they don't know the law, but because they don't think like a judge. Let me tell you a secret of judiciary mains answer writing. When you enter the exam hall, leave your emotion outside. Okay? Why? Because the paper does not reward attachment. It rewards balance. You must allocate time equally to every question. Don't make the mistake of spending 45 minutes on one question just because it is your favorite topic, then rushing or leaving the rest unfinished. Yes, you may be an expert in certain areas. Yes, you may feel excited when that question appears. But remember, for you, it may be a special question, but for the examiner, it is just another question. Hence, show the maturity, show the power of balance. In judiciary means less is more and balance is everything. Think like a judge for a moment. When a case comes before you, you frame issues, right? Suppose you frame 4 issues. Can you decide only 2 and leave the remaining 2 unanswered? Of course not. Without deciding all the issues, a judgment is impossible. Judiciary means is a test of the same judicial temperament. Every question in the paper is an issue. If you treat one question seriously and ignore the rest, how can you reach the judgment? That is why balance matters more than brilliance. Most aspirants believes that the judiciary means is a test of how much law you know. Actually, it is not. It is a test of how clearly, how logically, and how judicially you can express the law. Look carefully at this question. Can a court pronounce judgment on the first hearing? This is not merely a question of memory. It is a question of structure and judicial reasoning. The first mistake most aspirants make is jumping straight to sections. But a judge never begins with sections. A judge begins with principle. That is why the answer opens with the core idea. That is, trial is the norm and instant judgment is the exception. This single line shows the examiner that you understand the philosophy of procedural law. Only after establishing the principle do you move to the statutory architecture. Notice the order. Order 15, Rule 1 comes first because it is the direct source of power. Order 12, Rule 6 follows because the admissions eliminate the need for proof. Order 10 is then explained not as a source of power but as a mechanism of judicial filtering. And finally, Order 37 appears showing how the court itself recognizes situations where expedition prevails over an elaborate trial. This is not random writing. This is structured judicial thinking. Every provision is placed exactly where it belongs. And then comes the most important part, the governing test. Where there is no genuine dispute, judgment may follow. Where there is a real dispute, trial is compulsory. This is how a judge thinks, and this is how an examiner recognizes a future judge. Remember this always. The judiciary means does not reward information. It rewards clarity. It rewards maturity of thought. It rewards structure. Anyone can write section, but very few can demonstrate judicial reasoning. And that difference is what separates a candidate from a future judge. So, don't write like a student preparing for an exam. Write like a judge delivering clarity. Nobody teaches you how a perfect judiciary means answer is born. They simply tell you perfection is a myth. But here is the truth no one reveals. Perfection isn't magic. It is practice repeated with ruthless consistency. That's how legends are made. So don't listen to the doubters because the world is never comfortable watching you become exceptional. If you want to learn how to write a perfect judiciary means answer, visit our YouTube channel Annapurna Judicial Academy where I explain everything step by step. Thank you so much. All the very best.